So Donald Trump wants to send the National Guard to Chicago in order to deal with the issue of crime there. Check this news clip out, and I'll be back with my commentary.
Tanya and Val, it's still not clear right now when we can expect to see the National Guard or this surge of federal immigration agents here in Chicago. One thing right now is certain, though. Local leaders are making sure the president know that these federal agents, the National Guard, they are not welcome. Today, anticipation is building for the expected surge in National Guard troops and ICE agents in Chicago. The only question now is when.
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in.
We stand here today on this Wednesday together, united.
Illinois Democratic Congresswoman Delia Ramirez was joined by other Illinois lawmakers in Washington, D.C. this morning, calling out the president's planned actions in Chicago.
It's about control. It's about threatening diverse, successful, Democratic-led cities like Chicago that refuse to bow down to authoritarianism.
Along with Ramirez, Illinois Congressman Chuy Garcia and Senator Dick Durbin are calling out the legality of Trump's use of guardsmen.
This escalation is not about public safety or about law and order. It's an authoritarian power grab that has profound consequences, that seeks to target and profile working class immigrant and brown communities.
They are moving troops, where we understand, into federal facilities like Great Lakes Naval Training Station. I've contacted the Secretary of the Navy. I want a briefing on just what exactly is happening at that important federal facility in the Great Lakes area that serves Chicago and the region.
Governor J.B. Pritzker says some federal agents are being relocated from immigration operations in Los Angeles, while the Texas National Guard is preparing for a Chicago deployment. Pritzker says deploying the National Guard and more immigration agents to Chicago is unnecessary. In a statement, Cook County Commissioner Sean Morrison responding to Pritzker's claims, writing in part, "Most citizens, real parents, workers, families support the rule of law and want safe communities. This should not be controversial. Asking for calm, empathy, and operational collaboration with federal law enforcement is reasonable and responsible." While State Representative Martin McLaughlin says he's questioning why people are wary of National Guard troops in the city.
I'm trying to understand why an American in uniform standing on a street corner trying to protect other Americans is a threat to anyone. I think it is a threat to those that have failed.
Back here live in Chicago, North Suburban Evanston's Human Service Committee also just passed a resolution that calls on Congress to ban federal agents from wearing masks. I reached out to some of the Evanston City Council members, but have not heard back.
So one thing that I will admit about this whole idea is that it is different. I will admit that it's different. You don't really see a whole lot of politicians looking to send in or bring in the National Guard in order to deal with the issue of crime. But I will say that this idea will not work in the long term, in my opinion, because you have to really think about it. Say they send in the National Guard, they send the National Guard to Chicago and say the crime goes down. Well, what happens when the National Guard leaves? The crime is probably going to go back up, right? And I'd be curious to know what is going to be the National Guard's role when they get to Chicago if Donald Trump follows through with this plan. Are they going to be patrolling the streets? Are they going to basically serve as another layer of policing in Chicago? I'd be curious to know the details as to what their actual role is going to be if Donald Trump goes through with this plan, right? But yeah, I just don't think that it's a long-term solution. And you have to ask too, is Donald Trump planning on doing this in every major city, right? Because every major city has issues with crime. Chicago, Baltimore, LA, Detroit, Memphis, New York City, just pretty much any big city you can think of has an issue with crime, right? That's just something that comes with a big city, is crime, right? But there are various things that can be done to get crime down, but I just don't think that sending in the National Guard is a good solution long term. And I believe the governor of Illinois said that they don't want the National Guard in Chicago, right? They can handle this issue of crime themselves, right? Although the politicians in Chicago and in Illinois in general have been heavily criticized due to the fact that crime in Chicago is high, and many people believe that they have not done enough to help, alleviate this issue with the high crime. And so again, I just don't think it's a long-term solution. It's different, but I don't think it's going to work. I actually did see something too that was saying that what he's doing might be unlawful too. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. But anyway, I do thank y'all for watching this video, and please stay tuned for more videos.